Well, I guess this is my just desserts for procrastinating this first vlog because I am sick now and my throat hurts and I may hack up a lung at any time, so hopefully that's not too much a big deal for you. But I am recording this video to start off with as a part of my class for developing the world. I've been adopted for the purpose of learning and connecting to the country of Zimbabwe, which has actually been pretty fun for me because I know people from South Africa and Zimbabwe, not intimately well, but close enough, and it'll be a really great chance to learn from them and learn more about them. I've spent some time, some as in very little time, researching Zimbabwe in general because I have taken a portion of this class before, and I know we're going to look at it from the perspective of the 8 development goals instigated by the United Nations. Sorry. And I'm kind of intimidated by that. Wasn't really motivated to move in and learn about Zimbabwe in general because I didn't even know where to start, and especially even in the context of the development goals, there's just so much to chew, and I don't have 3 months is not enough time for that, let alone a few weeks. And I mean, it shouldn't be so hard. I'm sure when I was a kid I had to do country reports. I had to learn everything there was about Brazil and make a poster good presentation, and that was easy, so it shouldn't be too hard to just sit down and learn everything there is to know about Zimbabwe. But it's just, I don't know, I'm intimidated by it. I don't know why, and that's not a good thing, but we're working past that. So I actually wanted to start learning about, and I guess I'm supposed to save this for the next video, but I can at least give an introduction. I wanted to take Zimbabwe into perspective, take one of the development goals and focus just on that, because that way I wouldn't be so intimidated and actually would learn something instead of just avoiding the assignments at all costs, which I usually do when I don't want to, when I'm kind of intimidated by them. So I know one of the development goals is primary education, providing primary education for children, and I haven't done enough research into that individual goal itself, but I would also like to see more primary education, just personally me, not only in the children of these countries that have not been so lucky as far as developing goes, but I'd also think it would be fantastic to see remedial education provided to the people who didn't receive it as a child, and give them primary education too, and not only that, but also provide education for the workforce. Higher learning is wonderful and fantastic. I mean, why else am I here? But those people need, above all, life skills and job training, and hopefully we can provide those. And so, I feel really bad. I don't really know much about Zimbabwe. I actually know a little bit about it before I even came to school, because my dad is not a politician, but he's really interested in politics, especially in economics and the potential for hyperinflation. And he goes to conferences about that all the time, and this is basically really all I know about Zimbabwe, and this is awful, but he purchased for $5 the Zimbabwe bill, and I believed it was $1 trillion bill. And I was like, well, okay, what's the point of that, Dad? And said, well, this $1 trillion bill is product of hyperinflation in Zimbabwe. What do you mean by that? And what can you buy with $1 trillion? And I mean, that's a lot of money, right? Well, not in Zimbabwe. You can hardly buy a couple eggs with $1 trillion. So I know that their economic situation is not looking so happy right now, but that's unfortunately really all I know. Now, the next video that I am going to do a lot more research on education. I found some websites that are focused on bringing the education that Zimbabwe needs, and their councils and their current state of education there. So I'm going to be doing a lot more research into that. Should be able to provide that next vlog, as well as a little more general information, but mostly because I need to focus and I need to drive, I'll be looking even at general Zimbabwe information in the context of education, because that's important to me. And until then, hopefully there's some wonderful and good things for me as well as for them that are to be learned. And this is my journey wandering across Zimbabwe and getting to know the people and making progress for me as well as for them. Hopefully that's the goal. Otherwise, I don't see really much point in taking this class except for to get the credit so I can graduate. Beside the point. In case you're wondering, for now, that's why I'm wandering across Zimbabwe. And I will be reconnecting with you soon. Cheers!